Dan O'Brien established himself as the world's greatest athlete by winning the decathlon in Atlanta. Since then, he's taken time off and been injured, but there are plenty of guys with good speed to pick up the pace, including Chris Huffins, who jumped out to an early lead in the decathlon with this 100-meter victory, 10.35, 1,011 points.
Huffins, one of the great first-day performers after Dan O'Brien. You think he's serious about the decathlon? He has a permanent mark on his body as a testament to his commitment to the event.
Huffins with lots of support here as he gets ready for the long jump. His mother and grandfather on hand to cheer him on in this two-day torture fest.
Huffins takes the great speed from the 100 meters and translates it immediately to the long jump board. Over 1,000 points for his effort of 25 feet, 6 3/4 inches.
And if Huffins is good on the first day, here's a good second-day performer. Steve Fritz, fourth in the Olympic Games, tries to stay in the hunt on day one.
But Huffins continues to apply the pressure in the shot put. A little tentative out of the back of the circle with a spin technique, but ever so close to 50 feet and another 803 points to extend the lead.
Steve Fritz is an excellent high jumper. He's jumped over 7 feet. Here he clears 6 feet, 8 1/4 for 840 points on his very first attempt.
Huffins, who has tremendous talent, but still some run-up problems in the high jump, takes his third attempt at 6 8 1/4 to try and maintain the lead, but is unsuccessful.
And as always, the long day one came to a close with the 400 meters. Fritz running 48.53 for 884 points.
That's probably the smartest quarter I've ever run. I want to run 47 something this year. I can't be going out in 35 something. I'm going to run 47.
Friends and comrades off the track, it was back to competition at the beginning of day two, as both Fritz on the left and Huffins on the right recorded personal bests in the 110-meter hurdle.
And for Fritz, a personal best translates to an American record for decathlon 110-meter hurdles. Huffins also under 14 seconds for just the third time, and a personal best for him as well.
I knew you were going to run fast because warming up you looked good. Yeah, I felt pretty good. I felt good last night. Matter of fact, you know what? You've been in both the races I've run under 14. Yeah. Well, now all three. All three.
Interesting stat, Chris, but that didn't stop Fritz from applying the pressure in the discus. Of course, that didn't shut up Huffins either.
I'm in your living room.
The eighth event, the pole vault, one where Steve Fritz holds a 1 foot better PR than Chris Huffins. The bar at 16.4 3/4, a height where Fritz can pull within 70 points of Huffins' lead. And he clears easily on the first attempt. But Huffins is having a good meet. Already setting a personal best of 16 feet, he's going for more. On his third attempt at 16.4 3/4, he fails to clear but maintains the lead.
But in the decathlon's ninth event, the javelin, the tables finally turned. Steve Fritz, 211 feet, 6 inches, 805 points. He takes the lead as he bests Huffins by more than 20 feet in the event.
And Fritz pressed his advantage in the decathlon's final event, the 1,500 meters, where Chris Huffins is traditionally very, very weak. Fritz crossing the finish line in his second best performance all time, 8,604 points, and a berth on the World Championship team.
1, 2.
And Fritz, who missed an Olympic medal by only 20 points in Atlanta, felt that Dan O'Brien wasn't missed here at all.
Hey, it's national championships. Either you're in shape and you show up, or you don't. And he didn't feel like showing up, and you know, that's his loss. I don't really care if he shows up or not. I'm going to do what I do, and I just hope that USA Track and Field does not let him go to World Championships without competing here, because I don't think it's fair. It's not fair to these guys here, and you know, he knows the rules, and if he's in shape, he should show up, and everyone else has to. So it should be fair for everybody.
Well, Steve Fritz, the winner of the decathlon, Chris Huffins, Shawn Wilbourn second and third. And, you know, the more I listen to the athletes who are talking like Steve Fritz, Dwight Stones, the more I agree with them. I think it's a tough break for your being hurt. I think it's tough for the track fans that they don't get to see the great stars. But That's the deal.
Well, I think Craig would agree with me to some extent. When we were competing, that's the way it was. You had to be ready on the day to make the Olympic team, make the World Championship team. And Dan's situation is that he got hurt early in the season after taking some time off and is simply not in the shape he feels he needs to be in to qualify for the team, but would like to have a berth to the World Championships. If I'm Steve Fritz, I feel the exact same way. He came here. It's hot. It isn't the greatest conditions of all time. He had to give an entire performance and a great performance. He's got to do it again in August. He just doesn't think it's fair that Dan O'Brien gets to get a bye right into the championship.
Well, of course, Gail Devers and Michael Johnson in somewhat the same circumstances with the World Championships upcoming in August.